the hot asphalt, because that's the rub. Is, man, you got to take your dog for a walk. You got to get them exercises, especially all you guys with pit bulls. And you got to exercise these guys.
You do.
But then the only place you get to exercise is after you stop at a truck stop in Nevada in the middle of the summer, and the asphalt's
Wait. Before we go any further, hey, audience, you want to see me make these three guys mad?
Uh-oh.
Hey, y'all, I did not record not one bit of that.
You didn't record any of it.
I got the video, didn't record not 1 second of audio.
The whole thing
the whole thing that we just talked about. Not even going to front y'all. And I'm that's why I'm glad I caught it just now.
So
are we recording now? Yeah, we are absolutely recording now. I started recording once I realized it so I could do this. So you guys so everybody can see how mad y'all are.
How long do you think?
So now we're starting the show.
I'm so sorry.
That's good.
I'm so sorry.
I think it's
so nobody heard the shout outs, the jokes.
Nobody heard the beginning of the safety message.
Not the safety message. My goodness.
They hear this now though. So sorry about that, everybody. So now we're here. Welcome.
And if you'd like to send feedback about this episode to Roderick Young, you can send that to 6th and Cedar, Louisville, Kentucky.
So sorry.
That's 6th and Cedar.
Anthony.
Yes.
That is the Department for Employment Services. We're done.
The video footage was
They
on.
got the video, but
nothing.
No.
So they saw me doing all this, and now they really think something.
They're not going to see any of that because because
we're
no audio. So yeah.
Now he doesn't have to freak out that he hadn't said hi to the audience yet.
Right.
So,
Now, go ahead.
Anthony, we're live.
Yes, we're live now. I just want to say hello to everyone at Mercer, all the drivers that are watching. If it's we talked earlier, we think it's at least 4 to 5 people that are watching this or going to be watching this. So we appreciate the fact that you took the time out to listen to us talk. Yes, we love you guys. So,
all right. So
that was good.
Thank you.
So this is the second time we're doing this. So let's go ahead and get it started. Okay.
Where did you get this?
What that's
one of those little kids,
the
Coco Melon type of situation.
Right.
It's not quite
know where
that.
it came from.
But yeah, something like that, something similar.
Safety message.
So the safety message today, guys, is going to be about summer heat. I know how hot it is out there, so I want to make sure that you guys are staying hydrated.
I've heard this before.
Yeah. This might be your second time.
Yeah.
But we have a setup outside in the warehouse where you can kind of practice, throwing your tarps and your chains and whatnot. And I've gone out there to do that once or twice, and let me tell you, I understand how difficult that can be. So doing it in 90 to 100 degree weather is probably pretty crazy. So make sure that you are staying hydrated. If you end up feeling thirsty, you've already waited too late. Should have been hydrating before that. So the safest way is to just overhydrate. And also, the sun will drag all the energy out of you. So you want to make sure that if you do start feeling a little bit of fatigue, to pull over, get yourself a little rest, and then get back going again. But the main thing is just stay hydrated. And if you guys have anything else that y'all want to
I think Brian might have something to add to that about animals, pets. Yeah.
I have this strange feeling of deja vu right now.
Right.
But yes, also don't forget about your furry co-pilots out there.
Yep.
You're out on the road. Those guys are pinned up. They need to get out and exercise. But asphalt at truck stop parking lots is hot. Watch out for their tiny little paws. I didn't call them feet that time.
Little feet.
Pup foot.
Little pup foot. That's what I called them before.
Yeah.
Full disclosure. But protect them paws. Your buddy's watching out for that truck. They're keeping you company, keeping all of us from becoming basket cases. Right. Take care of their paws.
I got a question. When you said it before, you said especially all you guys out there with
pit bulls.
Pit bulls require an extra amount of exercise?
Not
he
if
did say pit bulls, particularly.
But he was
especially all you guys. We have a lot of pit bulls in the industry. They're very popular.
Okay.
I have two.
Two.
I have two.
Because I like to go A and 2 on my bullet points.
Okay.
You don't have to exercise pit bulls. You can just live a life of everything you own being chewed up and having holes in it.
Okay.
Yes, there you go.
So it's a quality of life situation.
Quality of life.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
But great pets, great watchdogs, great family dogs. But they do need a lot of exercise,
yes.
or they just start to chew up the world. They stay puppies until 3 weeks after they're dead. They never grow up.
Yeah.
So, they need that
The other
exercise.
day-
And I think most of our guys realize that and do a really good job, but it just gets hard when you're driving all day and you finally find a place where you can stop and it's just 10 acres of asphalt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Has there been any excessive heat waves in the country you all have heard about? It's been somewhat mild in Louisville. I mean, it's hot, but nothing.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Crazy. I haven't.
Nothing major
There's been a lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
this year, yes,
This is
especially
rain.
here.
But
back
I
home.
guess we really
Yeah.
needed it.
Do you all do you all have cicadas at your house?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I live in the woods,
An
dude.
alarming amount of cicadas. And they're vicious this year. I don't
Why
know what
the
it
play-
is.
They hit you, and they're my daughter's picking them up and throwing them and stuff. But they're 3 inches thick around my oak tree at the house.
I think it's really cool that your daughter's like picking them up, and because I'm terrified
I'm
of
not
them.
touching.
Oh,
them.
she-
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But
y'all don't
they're,
touch
they're
them. I pick
complete-
them up.
they're
Nope.
totally harmless.
Yeah, they don't
like
do anything.
yeah.
You pick
I've
them
got a buddy, no joke. He posted it on Facebook, and I guess him and his sons, they go hunting a lot or whatever. Well, a cicada flew on. He was grilling out.
Okay.
Cicada flew onto the grill or whatever,
Mhm.
and so rather than get rid of it, he was like, let's cook it.
Yeah.
And let's eat it." And he said it's high in protein and it's actually really good for you. He did his research.
All right.
And literally, he's on video, and him and his sons they're cutting up his cicada with a knife, and he's eating the wings, the head. I mean, just eating it like it's like a nacho or something or whatever.
So you're all still friends?
So, I mean, I'm never gonna eat over
Right,
his house
I
or
did
anything.
that.
I
We
mean,
get
that's
into that
that's
for
not
me.
gonna happen. But
I mean,
something different.
cicadas,
Did he say it tasted good? How did it taste?
Kentucky crawfish.
Yeah, he said it tasted good. He said it, the
No,
the
man.
head part of it kind of had a what do you call it? Like a
That's good though. You're good.
what is the sort of what you work head off of the seafood?
No.
I can't think of what it is.
Like a crawfish?
The crawfish. Yeah, he said it has kind of a crawfish taste to it or whatever. But when he clipped the wing and ate the wing, that's when I was like,
Yeah.
man, that's too much.
Yeah, I'm
so yeah,
That's when you drew the line.
that's what
Yeah,
I do.
on a
Yeah.
wing. He sucked the brains out of an insect, and
Yeah, that was
the
fun.
wing was like the deal breaker.
But he had,
That's
steaks and corn. He had other stuff on the grill.
Nah.
But he just decided that, hey, when in Rome, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I'm never doing it, by the way. Just never. I'm never gonna eat a cicada.
Mine are almost gone. They've been around.
Ours
I think
is-
I got the first.
Ours have started to quiet down
Yeah.
a lot. There was like 2 weeks.
Would you eat a
where-
cicada for
No.
$1,000?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Would you eat a cicada for $1,000?
Yes.
without being cooked.
Would you? Without being cooked for $1,000? Right now, $1,000. You would
For
eat a cicada.
$1,000, I would stick a live one in my mouth and chew it up right in front of
We
me.
need to do a GoFundMe on this. I mean, we need to actually make
Start
this
it up.
happen. Yeah,
Start
$1,000. That's not a lot to ask for there. We can just raise the money and watch Brian eat a cicada.
Little red.
Yes, because I will wash it down with a fresh bottle of $300 whiskey and wipe my mouth with a $50 bill. Let's do this.
You know,
$1,000.
this brood, they call it the brood. This brood is the bourbon brood because it's
Yeah.
only around kind of the Kentucky area.
Oh,
So this is the bourbon brood of cicadas.
nice.
Cool.
See, they're pre-flavored for me. Let's do this.
Roger, you said no. So you don't
I mean,
forgive?
if
For
the money
1,000?
was there, and but I would do it absolutely.
Tyler,
100%.
$1,000.
Oh man, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm not
I don't know
doing
if
it.
I could.
I don't think I could, man. Yeah,
I think
I don't
when I
think I
get,
could.
I would attempt, but when I get it, it's not that I'm throwing up. It's that I don't think you can't like bite your own finger off. You know,
yeah.
it's the visceral
Right.
reaction that I don't think I could manage. I just don't think I could chew it. It would just.
Brian, they eat like a bowl of them. Like,
Right.
Cheerios.
I mean, all you got once you chew it like 3 times, you just wash it down after that.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
for $1,000, man, I'll top a Caesar salad with those
Did you all
creatures.
I don't know about
Did you all watch Fear Factor?
Yeah, Joe.
yeah. Joe Rogan. Yes.
In my line of work, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, of course. Yeah. Was wondering when that was going to come into play. Oh man, I hope our listeners love this because we just we tend to go off on stuff
that's
that
podcast.
did not think we were going to go there.
Safety message.
Yep.
The next thing you know, we're eating cicadas.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
We do have to talk about why you're staying so still and look like a block.
Well, I did talk about this earlier, but someone didn't have the sound on. So, I mean, I guess I have to go back to it. But what I've heard from certain people that listen to this, Super Trucker Dan's one, but that apparently people can't hear what I'm saying when we do this. So Brian has told everyone, which I found this out, that he tells everyone no one can hear me because I have a habit of moving in all directions as I'm talking. And then I'm usually backing up from the mic and things of its nature. So if you had watched the first video with no sound, I was going like this, like I was swimming. So I thought we were live, which we're not. So, well, we wasn't. But anyway, I said I'm going to do a better job of this. So now I feel like an idiot right now.
No, you're crushing it.
But thank you. I don't think I am, but I appreciate the vote of confidence. But now what I'm doing is I'm centering right into the camera, and I'm trying to keep my body, stationary.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to not look at either one of these guys. I'm trying to look straight ahead and stay into the mic. So let me know if you can see. I almost hit the mic right there. Let me know if you can hear a difference. I would like to appreciate it.
You sound great in my headphones.
I sound pretty good.
I got you turned all the way
cool.
up too. So
And that's all right.
close to it.
I'm working on it. I hear you guys. I hear what you're saying, and working to get better.
All
Here we
right.
go.
All right. You guys want to do some news?
Let's do some news.
Let's talk about the industry.
Let's do it.
Jen.
Hold on, I have a news button. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I was wondering what a disc is.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. This just in.
Mercer News.
Waco, Texas. Trucking school reports.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I can't even do a serious take on the news. But Gen Z, how about these guys?
What do you think they're doing?
45% increase in trucking school with Gen Z.
It's awesome.
Does Waco have a big trucking school? Why is this?
They've got one of the big ones.
Okay. I was wondering why.
Yeah, it's I don't want to plug them on the air.
All right.
And until they pay us, send us money.
There you go.
School, and I'll talk about you.
Yep.
Gen Z is coming on strong in the industry. I know that I'm from Gen X. I know that our generation has done a fair amount of these young people, blah blah blah. But Gen Z, man, they really have an interest in the independence that comes with trucking.
Yep.
They like to travel. A lot less of them are interested in permanent housing, being homeowners.
Right.
Wow.
But very interested in being business owners.
Right.
And trucking just seems to be a really big fit. So yeah,
That's
we talk about this driver shortage so much,
Right.
and I think it's interesting that we're seeing there was a gap in there where you had a lot of people who were in trucking saying, I don't want my kids working in trucking, or I want them to do better, or for whatever reason my kid's not getting into trucking. I was one of those people, like go do don't do what I'm doing, go do something else.
Now you're starting to see Gen Z coming.
Young people are starting to get into trucking again. They're
That's
interested
awesome,
in
man.
it, and along with that, and you guys know I'm not big on politics, so I might be a little out of my realm here. But what I hear is part of this new budget bill that's going through.
The big beautiful bill.
The big beautiful bill allows for the 529 educational savings program to be used on trades now, not just trucking. And this is, I think, huge for our industry. I think it's huge for our country.
It's huge for the country.
There are other countries where people who are in trades are considered professionals, tradesmen. And
That's how it used to be in our country.
and that's how it used to be here. And we've kind of devalued that over the years. And when I was growing up, it was, you have to go to high school and make good grades because that's going to get you into a good college. And you have to go to a good college and get good grades because that's going to get you into a good job. And all the focus was you have to go to college. You have to go to college. And we did away with vocational schools in our high schools.
Yep.
We did away with training programs.
You just don't see a lot of
and
promotions for it
mentorships.
anymore.
And and just trade work has fallen by the wayside. So with this plan, if I'm understanding the plan right, the 529 education plan is what allows people that have money, like grandma and grandpa,
Yep.
to stick money back
Yep.
For their kid, and they can have that. One, it's tax write-off for them. Two, the recipient doesn't have to pay taxes on the received gift because they're using it to further their education. Well, now trades, CDL school will be one of those things that can be included in that.
That's really
So
good.
grandma and grandpa
fantastic.
can stick that money back, and even if little Billy decides that he doesn't want to go to a 4-year college, he wants to go get a CDL and get into transportation, he can do that.
It's long overdue. Long overdue.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's like people. Go ahead.
I wonder if apprenticeships kind of play into that, because I know that the vocational school, there still is trade colleges. You know, there's carpentry school and things like that. And I'm sure you could have used it towards that, but the apprenticeships, you can also go straight into an apprenticeship of trying to learn to be a
Like a plumber.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, interesting enough, a lot of those trades, the school and apprenticeship are one and the same.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you have to a lot of those you get to do the schooling for free, but the rub is you
gotta
don't
be a
get to
part.
work
Yeah. Right.
for 2 weeks while you're doing school or whatever, and
All those things. Electrician. I mean, those are. I mean, they're good paying jobs.
they
They
are.
they're not glamorous because they don't promote it that way. So you automatically assume you have to just go out and get a college degree to get a good job. But no, you can do these things right out of high school and make a decent living right away. So
But it's funny you say that, because I think a lot of it is, like you were saying, is that people just aren't exposed to it,
Right.
especially when you're coming up and you're that age. But while we were doing, while I was doing research for this topic, I come across to understand that a lot of the new guys, a lot of the younger generation is being brought in by the social media. You got people who have full-on TikToks, and they kind of get on there and they talk about the life of what it is that they do on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
And they're creating a whole new culture on there. And I think that is a catalyst in helping recruit the younger generation to come in, because I think a lot of it is you don't really understand what the job is, and you probably have like a dated idea of what a truck driver looks like, what they do on a day-to-day basis. But the social media came in and basically gave everybody a glimpse into it. So they look at it and they say, hey, I think I might be able to do that, or that looks kind of cool. That looks fun. So I think that's also played a big role in bringing the new guys in.
yeah, that's a valid point.
And of the trades, trucking, in my opinion, is the one that is least trade/job and more lifestyle.
Yeah.
And like I don't think that seeing an electrician go and pull wire for 8 hours and then go home and eat dinner in his apartment is as attractive as seeing this guy that yesterday was in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Today he's in Arizona.
Yeah.
Right.
Tomorrow he's going to be, somewhere else.
You got more freedom, you know?
Yeah.
You got more
Well,
freedom to
They're
do.
seeing this lifestyle and this culture, and guys have more time.
But I completely, and I completely agree with the exposure aspect of it. It's people's tendency to want to have that look inside someone else's life of what they're doing. There's a guy that mows the grass, and I was trying to find. He has millions.
that goes
the
over
people with the
mows
beat up
people.
yards.
Yeah, I watch it too. It's amazing watching him do all the work that he does.
I
Yeah.
watch
I'll do it
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah.
I just want to make this look
wish he'd come
nice.
to my house.
Right. I
and
wish you
video
come to
it.
my house too.
and he videos it, but he's got that millions of it. But so to your point, the trucking industry has not been brought to light, but it is very much a way of life. And now these people can take a look into the lives of drivers and contract. We have multiple. Super Trucker Dan's not one of them. I mean, he's one of them, but we have multiple guys out there that
Oh
post
yeah,
YouTube and TikTok and just whatever it is to social media.
We just do heat checks, and we just get on social media and see what people are talking about, and see where we pop up,
See where
in conversations, see where our logo, our trademarked logo pops up.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about out there. I'm looking at you, dude. Take our logo off your videos.
There's a bunch of people who use our logo.
Yes. They like-
work for us.
They like, yeah,
It's a sore spot.
It's hard to police everything.
It
man.
really is hard to
it's-
police that.
You know what's
Look,
good about that,
because
though?
nobody in the world wants you using their trademark logo on the thumbnail of your video. It's very misleading. It makes people think that the message, say whatever you want about the companies. You have the right to do that. Don't use people's logos on your video, especially if you're bad-mouthing them. Just don't.
You know what, though? I was in orientation yesterday. What is today? Wednesday? Monday. I was in orientation, and recently just watched a YouTube video of a guy that was saying stuff and giving his opinion on what we do and how we do it. And anyway, we had a class of 23 people, and my first question was,
Say it one more time.
23 people.
Yeah,
Way to go, man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Good
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't mad.
But my first question to him was, how many of you all watched YouTube videos about us before you got here? 8 of them in orientation.
Wow.
It's almost half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Watched
Some weeks that'd be a whole
videos of
class.
us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Watched a video of us before they got here. So it's very much a thing that people are using to gain information about various topics, any topics.
Yep.
That's a nice little dig.
It was a nice little. I didn't have a comeback. That's what made it bad. I didn't have nothing to come back with. Just stuck the knife in there and just left it there.
Hey.
You know, it was pretty good.
What
Pretty
was
good.
Generation X known as? Are they the lost generation? Are you part of the lost generation?
Gen X.
That's the
There's
MTV
nothing
generation.
lost. The only thing that's lost was all you guys when you weren't part of our generation.
What are you? What gen are you? What is
Gen X.
You're all Gen X. Okay, because you're old. I mean, not old. I mean, just seeing that.
Are you Gen X?
And this is
Nah, I'm a hybrid, man. I still got a
he
little bit.
totally is.
Yeah, I got a little bit of space out. I'm waving at them, but I'm not all the way there.
Let me let y'all know.
67 to 78.
Really,
You in there,
Anthony
sir?
is the vampire.
Why you gotta break up numbers though, man?
Anthony looked 21.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the bad part is I look like I'm from Gen X.
You're a Gen Xer too.
Anthony's still getting
thanks for pointing
Yeah, I
that
already
out.
knew
He had to. He looked it up too,
I
just
already
like
knew.
actual facts. Like, hey, you're a Gen Xer too.
He's
just
for
so
sure.
you know.
And you guys are also known as the forgotten generation.
Yeah, that's because our parents went to work and forgot us at home for months at a time.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah,
why.
That's crazy.
Feral children. This is what you get when you leave your kids at home.
Yep.
They turn out like
Was
this.
it true that there was commercials, public service announcements, commercials to pay attention to your kids? Don't forget about your kids back in the day.
There not only was it that, there were commercials that were like, "Hey guys, stop beating your children."
Hug them.
Yeah,
Like
a lot. Yeah,
instead, why don't you hug them and stop being so terrible to your children? We know that they're a nuisance and they get on your nerves. We understand you want to go work and have better things.
yeah. We grew up with the.
Please stop beating your kids.
What
It's a
Brian
tough
knows,
generation.
and Roger, you probably
I might know a little bit.
I grew up in the era where you could smoke a cigarette and your parents would smoke not only in the car, the windows are rolled up. And there's ashtrays built in the sides. I mean, what I mean? Like
Restaurant.
for everywhere. I mean, like back in the back seat. So if you're sitting in the back seat and you're riding, there's an ashtray for you.
Yep.
They don't make them like that no more.
No, they
Like
don't.
there is custom ashtrays. There's 47 ashtrays in there. And you had to roll up
Right.
window. So if your parents went into the store and it's a hot day, you got that cracked window like this because you ain't going in.
Right.
And then at that point, you pretty much. I remember those days.
My
I'm old enough to remember those
my
days. Man.
middle school had a smoking area. Think about what I'm saying here.
That's rough, right?
Middle
That's right.
school
You
is-
win.
is
you
what,
win.
like,
yeah.
10 to 12 years old, 9 to 12, somewhere around
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe 13-ish at the most.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about 12-year-olds, dude. 12-year-olds standing out in the smoking area. Assistant principals walking in like, boys, don't spend all morning out here smoking. Get to class on time.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Don't spend all
Just-
morning out here smoking.
Just two more. Just two more Marlboros.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy to think about.
But, it was mandated by the state of Kentucky that children smoked.
I mean, might as well.
Like, they just, yeah.
That just changed, what, like 3 years ago? I mean,
Yeah, like,
really, yeah.
I came out of the womb and Dad was handing out cigars to his buddies and the nurse gave me a Winston. lit it up. I'm like, here, this is your passy.
That's
There you go,
that's how it
buddy.
was.
Good
That's how it
luck.
was.
And good luck growing up in Kentucky.
Thanks for pointing out how
Uh-oh.
old we are.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah.
No problem.
Appreciate that a lot. Yeah.
Well,
Are we
Anthony
still on the
actually
timer? How are we
started it.
doing?
oh, we're doing fine.
We're at 25.
Okay.
When he started to say something about Gen X, I thought, "Are you the forgotten generation?" And I just kept looking at him. So it was a great whatever you were talking about at that moment.
It makes
I'm
sense
looking
now,
at
doesn't it?
A space in your eyes and thinking, "Is this why?"
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
I like how he pointed out that I was part of it too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like he
Well,
did
you
his
think- well,
research.
you
and he did
always-
his math on how old I was. He's like, "Oh, you're part of that generation too." I'm like, we didn't need to know that, but okay.
Well,
It's all
said
good.
anybody born up until 1970, so I'm looking at
I
you.
mean, once again, we didn't really need the numbers. We don't have to throw out the numbers here, but it's all good. It's okay.
what what did it go up to? Like 80?
80, 1980.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
1980.
Yeah.
And then after, and then 81 was
65
a
to 80,
millennial.
actually. Yes, I didn't look that up.
Yeah.
Gen Z, the reason I started on that was Gen Z is 1997 to 2012. So
Wow.
I hope we don't have any 2012
Do you know?
truck drivers.
Do you know
Wow.
that they make up 30% of the overall workforce
Really?
today?
Amazing.
That's
Huh.
wild.
Not in the trucking industry though.
No, just
Yeah.
overall workforce.
That's
30
wild.
30%.
Yes, that's something to think about.
Yeah. It's wild.
I guess I'm a millennial. There's no gap in between there, right?
No, and I'd say you're
Gen
probably
X,
a millennial too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were born before 95.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like you said though, it is with the truck drivers right now. It's good to see that the schools are having an increase though. I mean, I
Yeah,
think it's
man.
important. It
We
really
need
is.
more
So,
people coming in the industry. And I'll tell you, like, man, from 03 to 2013, 2014, there's just nobody new coming in, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the older
Nobody new.
guys,
And
yeah.
and we're seeing that now. So hopefully this sets us up for, 5-10 years down the road where we've got more experienced
Yeah. The average age
owner
has dropped, too.
operators coming in.
Because it used to be for a while, for the longest. I think it was stuck on like 54 was the average age,
Really?
but now it's
Yeah.
close to 50 right now. So I mean, that's telling you that's a big gap as far as the younger generation that's coming in.
I think we're actually under 50 now.
Are we?
In trucking,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
In trucking overall.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Not
So-
flatbed.
That's good.
yeah, not flatbed.
I
Not flatbed.
tell you, I think there's also another
That's a good
reason
point.
why young people have felt so comfortable kind of making that transition into something like this. So have you guys ever heard of like the trucking simulator? First of all, have you ever heard of flight simulator? Let's start there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Brandon Harper is obsessed with the flight simulator, and there's a whole subculture of people that are
Dude.
obsessed with flight simulators.
and not just flight simulator. As time has gone on, it's expanded into just simulators in general. So whether it's pressure washing simulator or goose simulator,
Fairdale High School has at least 7 different simulators. When we went to visit their program, and it's like all heavy machinery.
yeah.
Wow.
Truck.
So
really?
so
Yeah,
yeah, so
good
you can
stuff.
you can
Yeah.
learn how to operate heavy equipment on these simulators. So awesome.
Good
Is it real though?
Well,
I mean,
it's not real,
how immersive is
but
it?
it's
I guess, is what-
incredibly immersive.
Yeah.
To the point to where, okay, so truck simulating games have become incredibly popular. Kind of started back in 2008, but basically it was created as just a fun game.
Yeah.
And it was a PC game, so modders got a hold of it and they added all these new features and everything. But as it evolved, they turned it into like an American truck simulator.
Yeah.
And then they started actually using it in certain programs to, bring people up to speed.
Yeah.
But a lot of when new students come in, the instructors were saying, well, some of these students are coming in and they come kind of prep pretty good. They kind of know how to check their mirrors. They know all the language. They got the basics down. And they've come to realize that a lot of it is because these kids are getting involved in the trucking simulator games, and then they
really
come in
enjoy it.
and they love it. So they come in and then they are
Wow.
curious about the industry, and then they become a
Interesting.
part of it. And then, when they get there, they're already somewhat prepped.
Yeah.
So I think that's been playing a big role in that too. Everything about just making people feel more comfortable about something like trucking.
You need to get a simulator, boss.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it. Sounds
There you
like
go.
it.
Set that up. do our truck shows, or just have a
Oh,
simulator
man.
right there next to it. That'd be
That'd be cool.
that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I'd like to try one. I want to see how, realistic it is. And I was telling, I just don't have much of an appetite for flight simulators.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't seem like that much fun to me.
Yeah.
But people really enjoy it, especially like that flight simulator stuff. People, I mean, you
Yeah.
do all the gears
Yep.
and stuff, and they have whole setups built, a lot like truck simulators that
Yep.
I've seen have
Yeah.
the 3 screens and kind of immersive
Yeah.
experience.
Yep. I mean, you don't have to go that high tech with it. I mean, you could get something as simple as just having it on like your home television or something like that, and just practice or just kind of mess around with it that way. So, but it's building they've kind of built a community of people. So, like you were saying, like there's so many people that get involved with these simulator games.
Yeah.
But also because of that, you get people who get involved with the simulator games for trucking too. And they all kind of get in there with each other. And yes, they absolutely have people who go in as pairs or triplets who go in all together to try to get their CDL together. Like it's been almost like a little bit of a phenomenon. So
Rebuilding an industry.
That's probably why the
Through
numbers
video
are up.
games.
It probably has a lot to do with it. Yeah.
it could.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, that is wild to think about. And we do see a lot of younger, 2021, we saw a big influx of entrepreneurs that wanted to get in the business because
Mhm.
everybody was making so much money.
Right.
And there was so many. And of course, as things have slid off for the past 2.5 years, those people are slowly exiting the industry.
Mhm.
and
Well, you see
not
it in
slowly.
class, when you're in there. You can
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of notice it's a lot of younger
yeah.
folks that have
Yeah.
been coming in and stuff. So,
Yep.
yeah, I see it too all the time. So, hopefully, that's a trend that can continue to happen.
Yeah.
With us, you have to obviously have a year over the road. So, you got that
Yep.
bridge gap. But it's cool that they have schools like this sort of rising up and stuff.
Mhm.
We just have to stay
Yeah.
with people
Hey,
like that.
hey, old experienced drivers, be nice to them. You were new once.
Yeah. Good point, man.
There
Good
was
point.
there was a point in time where you didn't know everything there is to know about trucking. Be nice to these young people coming into the industry. Help them learn. Be a good mentor. We need these guys.
Yeah, but
And go
I
tell
want to also say,
Uh-oh.
hey, you young guys, ask for help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to people.
Yeah.
Try to get a mentor. Don't crawl.
Oh.
If you,
a
Sure.
little humble pie will take you a long way if
Yep.
you just go up and go, hey man, I could use some help with this.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
and
because
want that help, to go out there and ask somebody to help you change a light. Don't take it to a shop and get charged $7,000 to change a light bulb.
Right.
When there's so many people and that's what's good about our industry in general. It is such a community.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We do have generations of people that want to help the community.
Yep.
We need to carry that on as well. So both, I would say.
Well, how often do
completely
you
agree with
see
your
when you
statement.
go to the driver's lounge? You guys will see a driver, that's helping someone out or whatever and helping to fix their truck or something. And it's more or less,
Oh,
if you don't ask, for that help, you don't know. But there's
Mhm.
always people around.
the
that
one
want
thing
to
I'll
help.
say about Mercer guys, you don't hardly ever see one Mercer guy working on a truck.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Good
Nope.
point.
That's
You-
true.
You see a group of Mercer guys
Yeah.
because once one guy's out there fixing something, whether you want the help or not, help's coming.
You got it. Yeah.
It's like a barbecue.
Uh, yeah.
It's like a bunch of dudes standing around
Yeah.
the grill.
Oh, nothing's better than watching them.
Yeah, you just watch.
I'll go over there and I'm watching, and they're telling me what all they're fixing, and I'm nodding my head like I know what they're talking about. I'm like, yeah, that's what I would have did too.
Yeah.
Same thing, and not knowing that, don't have a clue. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Just top off that blinker fluid, man. So yeah, be nice, young guys. Be humble, ask for help, and man, we'll keep building a strong industry.
Yeah.
And old
Um,
dudes help the young dudes. Have you ever seen that comic where it's not even a comic, it's more of a lesson, parable, if you will. But it's the people that can't fix the cruise ship and the tinkering, and it's tinking, tink, 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 cruise ship. And they ask the old veteran mechanic to come in, and he looks at it and he goes, okay. And he takes a little small hammer and he taps on one little thing and it stops. And then he walks away and he sends them a bill for $10,000. It was $1 for the labor, $9,999 for the intellectual knowledge of where to hit the hammer.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And that
Yes.
that's
There you go.
that's
Yep.
that could be
Yeah, you're
akin
right.
to our industry.
Yeah, and man,
Yes.
experience is the most valuable thing.
Yeah, it is.
And if you can lend a little bit of your experience to somebody less experienced, it's going to help them, and it's going to go a long way, and they're going to remember you.
And
And-
Tyler, you brought a good point up. Even for our existing contractors, or the drivers who are leasing on, it's been here for a while. It's like it's okay to ask for help. We've got contractor relations. You've got your coordinators. You got recruiting. You got Tyler. So it's like we'd rather for you to call us and let us know what's going on, because a lot of times they wait till it's too late, or they get upset and then already have their mind made up on how they feel about things, and we're not able to help out. So just for anyone that's been with Mercer, just utilize the resources that we have for you. So, but good point though, man.
Speaking of helping out, we've been helping some people around Mercertown here lately.
Yeah.
We just had our annual Rosebud Reservation trip.
Right.
Sent a little aid up to the Rosebud Reservation.
Yep.
And Roderick did a very good story on that. You want to tell us a little bit about it, man?
Yes. So we had some new blood actually take on this tall task that Roger Hawkins actually used to take on. Her name is Simone Gray, and this is her. And she hasn't been with us very long. She's only been with us for about 8 months. But she heard about the opportunity and decided to go ahead and partake in it. She loved every second of the experience from beginning to end, and she's excited to try to do it again. But yeah, if you guys are interested in actually hear more about that story, we've got it all on our blog at mercer-trans.com. So please go check that out.
That'd be in the
That's going to be in the culture
What's
section.
New?
Yeah, what's new, and then the culture tab from there.
That's good.
Yeah,
stuff,
and it's
always
really
good.
good. And for those of you that don't know about this, Mercer donates a van trailer
Mm-hmm.
every year to be used, and one of our drivers volunteers their time, and they just take a load of donated goods up to the reservation. Everybody throws in together when they get up there and unload the trailers, and lots of happy, smiling people, and it's a good thing. And then we had 2 separate contractors just a few weeks back taking loads of supplies down to London, Kentucky.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We had a pretty rough, and I got to go down there and see London firsthand.
Wow.
Guys, terrible. It is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it is
Just devastation.
awful, devastating. My wife and I stopped at a red light, and I looked over to my left, and it was like this odd placement because there's like retail centers and things around, and we're sitting at a red light on a main highway going through London, and there's just this field next to me. And the longer we sat at the light, the more I started looking, and I see that there's roads going through the field, and
Where
there's
houses used to be.
concrete
Homes.
pads in the fields
Used to
were
be.
garages and homes
Wow.
and streets,
It's awful.
and it was just blank, and I mean blank, not even garbage to pick up. I mean, and of course, by the time I got down there, there'd been people down there cleaning up for a couple of weeks already, or for a couple of days rather already, but it was terrible. So we had a couple of our contractors donate their time, donate their tractors, donate their fuel to haul supplies. In one of the situations with one of our drivers, Kenny Harmon. Thank you, Kenny. You're a good dude, man. He and his family and a charity out of Nashville, they started gathering supplies up, and I think they had like a 23-foot box van, and they filled it up. They were like, this is all we could take. So they borrowed one of Mercer's 53-foot dry vans, and Kenny donated all the time and fuel to haul it down there. And we're able to send some aid down there.
I went down to load that van. Me and the family did.
Over in Chevrolet. Yeah.
Yeah, in Bullitt County.
Yeah.
It was a great turnout. Well, the cool part about it too was they had signs out that said, donations for London, Kentucky. So I had Roman and Ren packing boxes in the van in the back and stuff, in which they had a blast. But then people would because they were out there all day, people would randomly drive up with donations, and it was like we were just taking, all this, and people would want to come and help, and you'd see their faces about what they can give, and man, we're doing this, and it was a cool experience.
Yeah.
Pretty cool,
Man, I can tell you this for sure.
Good
And
stuff,
people can make fun of us for being hillbillies or whatever. You are never going to find a better quality of people than the people in Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah. It's good. They're good.
Man,
folks.
when one goes, we all go.
Right.
And
Hey, Brian,
man.
where are you from?
well, I'm from Louisville.
I see what you did there.
Right.
I'm the only person in my family born in Louisville. Everybody else is from Harlan County, Leslie County, Bell County. Wherever you think, when you hear the word holler, and they're not talking about yelling at somebody, that's where my family's from.
Okay.
So yeah, we were actually planning on going down to Eastern Kentucky anyway. We go down once or twice a year and just
it's good.
visit place. It's beautiful.
Good time too.
Beautiful place. Lots of good stuff. If you like nature, you like getting outside, it's beautiful. But man, there's a lot of people down there that don't have much but each other.
Right.
And it shows when bad things happen because the community really pulls together. Really, really good people down there, and it was. I feel really privileged to work somewhere where people help.
Yeah.
That's good on Mercer. So, also while we were doing our touring of Eastern Kentucky, I went to a Bigfoot Festival.
Did you really?
What is a Bigfoot Festival? I saw that information. I mean, I guess it's
That's a great question, Anthony.
I kind of got the premises, but
You would think, from what I read, that they made it sound kind of like a Comic-Con kind of deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like they were having costume contests and dress up.
That tracks.
And
That tracks.
so me and Amber were like, hey, that looks fun. Like, people are going to be dressing up and they didn't just limit it to Bigfoot. You could dress up like any mythical creature.
Yeah, great. Say you better not.
Better back off of that.
Yeah.
Any creature that's out there roaming around that you wanted to. They're
fake creature.
Yeah.
Or real.
Easy, Tiger.
See?
whoa, wait a minute. Some people think,
Because here's what I found out. We thought we were going to go out there and it was going to be like, ha ha, Bigfoot. Yeah, we're all having fun. No, dude. We went. We didn't go to
I said, no, dude. It's a serious.
we went to a trade show. I thought we were
Yeah.
going to like a festival.
No.
This was a trade show of people deeply
Yeah,
invested
it was.
in finding the Sasquatch
Yeah,
that
it
is
was.
wow.
almost certainly
So,
running
do you
around
believe in
Kentucky.
Bigfoot?
Most of them have seen it.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Hmm?
I'm just.
You know,
Get out of here with your aggressive interrogation, sir.
who am I to say what exists and does not exist
right.
in other people's realities?
Just whenever you do
or
it,
mine.
don't point a finger. When you're doing politic hands, you say, who am I to exist?
Yes.
Right.
But here's what I know. This was not the place to be clowning around about Bigfoot.
No.
Oh, they're serious.
They were very
Yes,
serious.
they are.
So,
I'm ear jockeying on conversations of, well, did you try hunting down by Old Fort Pike?
Yes.
Yeah, you need to get down there, man. Me and my buddies. But yeah, I saw them casts that you had. Those were good prints, man.
Those are good
I'm like,
prints.
oh my God. We are 30 seconds from active shooter. Like, there's something going to go down at the Bigfoot Fest. This is not like Comic-Con. Let's dress up and go have fun, stand in line and get autographs.
That's fantastic.
This was people doing research.
Yeah, they are.
It was amazing.
I love it.
I recommend if you get an opportunity to go out, go to a Bigfoot festival somewhere
it
across
sounds
this great
pretty
nation.
cool. I don't know if I'm
You're
probably
gonna-
gonna go.
You're going to run
I'm
into
not
a
gonna
different
go.
culture.
I've seen it on the internet.
And,
It's
Yeah,
something.
I probably
It's something to behold. For sure.
I would see, not only would I go full send. I want to hear about it. I'm invested in it. It's kind of like a Renaissance fair. If I go to a Renaissance festival,
Yeah.
I'm putting on accent.
Are you?
I'm doing all of it.
So you're wearing a blouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A tunic,
All right.
sir.
All right.
Well, okay.
I would definitely would do that
The,
too.
the Renaissance Festival is in Kentucky every weekend this month.
I'll go.
There you go.
Amanda-
you should do a
Amanda
podcast
Brown
from
will
the
take you.
Renaissance.
Amanda Brown knows.
There you go.
Anthony?
Well.
On location.
Did anybody hear Anthony? I like that. Go ahead. One more time, Anthony.
Now I said, you notice I said they should do a podcast at the Renaissance.
I thought I heard
Fair.
we.
Y'all should dress
I
up.
thought I heard
No,
we.
I said they. You can rewind. I said they. But it'll be nice. You guys get dressed up. Let me talking to Mike on this one, so everybody hear you. But I think we should encourage these two guys right here to get dressed up, go to the Renaissance Fair, dress up in full
I'll
character.
do any of that.
do the
Don't you
podcast
threaten me
live.
with a good time,
That
sir.
would be awesome.
I'll show up with my lute and play songs.
Yep. And dance.
There you go.
I will court damsels with my lute playing.
But see, I would take that same energy into a Bigfoot convention.
Fair mate.
Absolutely.
Here's a crazy idea. Seriously, all jokes aside, Roger, we back me up here. All right.
Why
we
would a
should do-
trucking podcast go to a Renaissance
Exactly. We
festival?
should do
Yeah, I
a
was wondering if-
podcast at crazy locations. And we can still do our podcast, but we just go to the most random conventions or whatever's going on, and we do our podcast. And in the backdrop, it's people are wondering where the heck are they at this time or whatever. It could be a Renaissance Fair, it could be the Bigfoot thing, but we set it up.
Could be the chicken
A
restaurant.
chicken restaurant, wherever we do it, we can't do it every time, but we do our own location one at a outrageous spot, and we don't even let them know what we're doing.
I mean,
we
we
just
are the
set it up
Mercertown
and
Road
roll.
Show.
Yep.
Maybe we
are
should
the
go on the
Mercer
road.
Town Road
we just go with the flow.
We need to go
set
on
it
the
up.
road at some point.
It will help.
Yeah.
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 Not to the
Considering we call it
Bigfoot
road
festival.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing one from like a truck show.
That's a good
Like
idea.
one of the truck shows that are out there.
Yeah.
We just did, Broderick.
Well, I mean
We
another
were
truck
at
show.
Matt's.
Like another one. Like have y'all ever heard
Walcott would be fun.
Walcott might be cool. Walcott might be that's the
Outdoors.
Iowa one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that one might actually be kind of fun.
Anthony, what truck shows are coming up?
Well, it's funny you just mentioned that. I mean, that was a good segue right
Hey,
there. I
boy.
appreciate that.
I'm good at it.
Well, our next one is actually the Houston Truck Show. And so that's going to be coming up, not this weekend, but the following weekend.
In San Antonio?
You
It's-
get credit
it's
for
gonna-
everything.
Crazy enough, it's in Houston. This year, it's in Houston. Yeah, the Houston Truck Show is in Houston. So Ron Yankee and I will be, I don't know if everyone knows Ron, but we will be attending the truck show next week in Houston, Texas.
Sweet.
If you're going to be out, stop by the booth, come out, we'll get you lunch, dinner, whatever it is. You know me, if I see you on the road, I'm going to hook you up. So
Mhm.
I've already got a few Mercer contractors that said they were coming out. So we're looking forward to hanging out with them and hopefully leasing on some more trucks in the process.
Good.
And then what you guys were talking about as far as with the Walcott Truck Show, that's the Iowa 80 Truck Show. And that's going to be in July. It's kind of mid-July, so it's July the 10th through the 12th. And that's in Walcott, Iowa. I will not be attending that, but I've got, I think, 2 or 3 of our recruiters, brokerage will be out there representing. And I've already talked to a number of Mercer contractors that are going to be out there as well. So we'll be setting up. For those who haven't been, it's actually a really nice truck show. It's outdoors, and we always have a good turnout with Mercer contractors. So same thing applies. I won't be there, but the recruiters will make sure they take care of you for lunch and dinner. So just stop by, tell them who you are, and we'll do the rest. So, yeah, so that's what I got going on right now, man.
It always looks cool whenever I kind of see stuff about it on the internet. Like I look at videos and stuff like that, and it looks huge. And they usually always have a big turnout, don't they?
It's usually pretty big, and I haven't been in a couple of years because I probably said it on podcasts before. My mom's and my wife's birthday are 2 days apart, like literally, and it's always that weekend. And so it's just kind of like, man, it's like usually I have something going on, and so I got to fight my battles, well, pick my battles,
Right.
And so I chose to stay home or whatever that week. So that's why I don't attend those as much
That
as
is
I should.
why you're still married.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
Yes.
Yep. I chose to stay married. So yeah.
So what do you guys?
He's got that look in his eyes. I don't know what he's thinking over there.
Is he over there watching the
He's
phone?
thinking of something. He's thinking of something.
His ears get hot.
Okay. Well, have y'all heard of the Shell Rotella SuperRigs truck show? Have you ever heard of that one?
Duh.
See that? Where
So?
have you been?
I know, right?
Like,
Well, obviously, I don't
Hey,
know because
glad-
I'm relatively new to the
glad
industry.
you made it.
Right. But it seems like it's pretty cool. It's apparently it's like the calendar that they do every year is the big deal, and that's I guess why one of the
Yeah.
reasons why it's so big. But I thought it was cool because it's like an owner operator one. So they highlight working trucks, and Brian knows this about me, but I love a good working truck. Those trucks to me have the most personality. So I was just wondering if you guys had ever heard of this type of truck show and what you might have thought
Yeah,
about it.
they do their calendar every year. They used to have didn't they
Oh,
sponsor?
you actually did know about it? I did
Yeah.
not, Roger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they used to have trading cards, if I remember right.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, sponsored by Shell Rotella. I think,
Mhm.
was part of it. And yeah, they do the trading cards. They have the show every year, and they pick for their calendar.
Right.
I think it was Atlanta Motor Speedway this
Yeah,
year.
this year. Yep.
Yeah, it's
And-
a good show.
I mean, they show up at different places every year because it's kind of like a little bit.
Yeah,
of
it's a
remote
touring.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it looks like it's pretty awesome. So I'm wondering if they'll ever make it over to Matt's.
It will never be one and the same.
Okay.
Because Matt's sponsors their own. And it's Paul K. Young. He's actually the guy that started the Mid America Trucking Show. Paul Young.
Okay.
He's a local guy, and so the Young families run that
Awesome.
ever since. So they won't ever overlap, but they could have it in Louisville
Okay.
sometime.
There you go.
We should make that happen. Why don't you get on that? Ron?
Look at that history
There
lesson.
we go.
Yeah, I did.
Look at
That
that
surprised
history
me
lesson.
because I thought we were both joking that neither one of us had heard of the Rotella show.
no, I've heard of
it, yeah.
Everything's good, but I guess
I had never heard of
I'm
it.
the only one in that
Yeah.
boat. So
I've been talking to truck drivers for 23 years.
yeah,
Actually,
and recruiting them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
22 years next week, I think.
It's a little hot in here today. Oh,
Why do you all think I took these?
Yeah, I was
off?
curious.
I feel like
So,
I'm under interrogation at this point, man. Like I did something wrong.
what's our time, Roderick? Are we
51.
51?
Yeah.
You know what we have just enough time to talk about?
Where we at?
Ed.
Ed.
What do you know about Ed? The
What about
zebra.
I just found out about Ed. This is
Ed
interesting.
Zebra.
Yes.
Ed the zebra from Tennessee.
Oh, Roger, you don't know either?
No, I have no
wait till you
idea.
hear this.
Nope.
The zebra.
Okay.
Break it down
so,
for him, Brian.
So
Break it down.
Ed the zebra was just captured over the weekend. He had been running loose for a week.
This
yeah,
is,
Out of his
this
zoo?
is true events. Yes.
Some folks in Tennessee thought it might be a good idea to buy
And
a
raised.
zebra.
Yep.
So they got a zebra, and the very next day, the zebra escaped.
Yeah.
So there is the one thing that you don't have to do when you're missing a zebra is like post pictures.
Look
Like have-
very hard.
Right.
Yeah,
People
like
know that
like what's he look like?
That's
Well,
like-
he looks like a horse with black and white
Right, right.
stripes all over.
There's
him.
never going to be a
It's a
that's
zebra.
not my zebra situation.
No.
Yeah, like what? No, that must be somebody else's
Tom's
zebra that
zebra.
trampled your
Right.
tulips there.
What was the
Mrs.
what was
Jones.
the
So were
quote
they
that the
stapling
lady made?
signs?
She said this is the first time in 40 years that a zebra has escaped. I'm thinking, well, how many zebras do you have? If I mean, you know,
So-
like
Dude, you're
So,
asking the wrong questions.
Ed-
Don't ask those guys.
Ed ran wild for a week before they were able to catch him. There was a lot of guys in Tennessee that volunteered to come and lasso
Yeah.
him,
Man.
but it
What
turns
kind of opportunity is
turns
that?
out you can't lasso a zebra.
Why? No
you,
one's tried.
you could kill the zebra.
If you
Oh,
tried to
okay.
lasso a
Yeah,
zebra.
because this isn't a horse.
Right.
It's a wild, sad zebra.
Yeah.
Um,
why would a lasso kill a zebra?
You could choke it.
they don't,
Well,
they
but
don't
not
know
a
how to-
horse?
They
They
throw
don't know
the-
how to react.
I don't know.
And so then they were talking about tranquilizing it, but they were afraid because the first thing that animals tend to do after you hit them with a dart or a tranquilizer is they just take off running immediately. And Ed was kind of, he was hanging out by the highways. A lot of videos and photos started popping up of Ed, and then the memes started. So there's photos of Ed at like farmers markets.
Awesome.
Yes.
There's a photo of Ed at a Waffle House.
I'm going to start a free Ed campaign if they end up catching them and putting
so
them in captivity.
They
caught him.
caught
Oh.
Ed over the weekend.
free
At the
Ed.
Waffle House?
Some
They caught him while he was
cheese
finishing
eggs,
up his
man.
pancakes?
Cheese egg.
yeah, an ex-con through his hairnet.
Free Ed.
He went from scattered, colored,
At least it didn't choke him.
smothered,
Right.
and covered.
The only reason why they caught him because he was
And
in their
chunked.
fight.
Yeah, the cook just took his hairnet. So actually, some guys in a helicopter threw a net over him, and then they did the whole lift,
Yeah.
like the old Disney
So Ed is
elephant
back.
movie. So
Yeah.
Ed is
Custody of the Russians.
Ed is in custody, but we're not really sure that he's going back to the home that he
I don't think
came
it's going.
from.
I got a feeling he's not going back.
Nah.
I think Ed's going to end up in
Nah.
the zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
You know, your little fact about lassoing a zebra. I think that's taking a lot of I don't know. I don't know if
You calling BS on that? You think they could have flashed them?
Yeah.
You don't think
I
that's
don't
true?
know.
I just like to challenge the truth. I grew
I
up
just report
Well,
the
why?
news.
Why is
I don't write it.
Why would it kill a zebra and not a
on a
horse?
horse.
That was
Agreed.
my
Because the
question.
structure
Well-
of the neck is different.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Sound like I knew what I was talking
I was
about.
going
Right
to say, like, I'm not going to tell you that's not
boom.
true.
He used expressions like this.
No,
yeah.
so nobody's out. There's no such thing as a wild horse anymore.
Oh yeah.
They're
Oh, gotcha.
domesticated
They've
through years. Like they're being born in
Captivity.
captivity.
Okay.
They're raised around people from. This is a wild zebra.
Now, Brian,
Ed.
let me let you know that for some of us gamers out here, we remember from Red Dead Redemption 2 that when you go and you lasso a horse, you have to lasso a wild horse to control it so you can kind of make it your own.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Brian.
But
Is
it's a
the
zebra,
video
though,
game lying?
No, man. I think that in 1870, there were probably wild horses still running around that you had to do that with.
I grew up right.
How did they not choke some out?
Right, that's what I'm asking.
Well, now we're all suspicious. I knew y'all enjoyed my side.
Educated guesser. We'll go ahead. I got a theory after you get done.
I grew up behind. No, the llama farm was behind me on this hill, and the llama farm.
You
across
grew
the
up and
street
had
from
a
the
llama farm?
front of a llama farm. So all day long, as a young lad, I get to watch these llamas that seemed very domesticated.
Llamas and young lads.
Yeah, thinking
Where did this come from?
I can for sure ride one
Irish
of those
folktale.
llamas.
Man, hold on.
He was a
Why
young lad.
Hold up, hold up, boss man. You can't just say that
Why
and just keep
can't-
on talking casually, man.
You all aren't listening to the rest of the story. So I grew up in this, and I look at these llamas and I think, I can for sure ride one of those.
Okay.
Like I need to go try to ride a llama. I set out on my trek one day, and I couldn't get one to come close enough to me. They did spook. They seemed very peaceful,
Right.
with amongst humans, but they did spook. But I tried to ride a llama. I'm just saying, well, you got to question what you're, lassoing a zebra, riding a llama.
I've known you for
How did
Quite
the
a really
llama
long
ride
time
work
now.
out?
It didn't work out. I couldn't do it. I still to this
hung
day.
out a lot. I just I never heard anything about you living next to a llama farm or whatever. I mean, like
brushed over like it was regular
information that you might want. Let
If
people
you
know.
all walk out your back door and see llamas all day, every day, it would be regular to you too.
I step out the back and see cicadas.
Yeah, that's
no
no difference.
I bet you could ride one of them.
Apparently.
I'm gonna ride that cicada.
All I'm saying is don't say never.
Hey, if in
Lassoing a
keeping
zebra
with
is the same.
the wildlife theme, authorities also caught a pig on I-24 East in Georgia
Really?
just recently, causing havoc, running
This is a
around.
joke. I
No,
know
no,
this is a dad joke.
No, it was in Transport Topics. I-24 East in Georgia.
I thought he was gonna be like, it caused quite the bacon.
Well,
So, hey, man, shout out to those 5 people that are still listening. We love you. We love you. Yes. You watch this whole thing. Bless your heart.
they
Bless
didn't
your heart.
hog tie the little guy, but they did put the handcuffs on him.
Oh my goodness.
It was a joke.
No, it's a true story. I swear. I swear it's a true story.
Anyone who's endured this full hour, please let us know. I want to know who actually watched this whole thing. Please let us know. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna pass out. I'm sweating.
It's hot. It's hot in here. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what happened, but it's hot. I feel like the police is coming after me at this point.
Man, me and Brian's heads are shining, boys.
Everybody's punch drunk.
Stay safe. We love you.
We love you.
Thanks
so much for sticking with us today.
Appreciate all of you guys. Whether you're trucking with Mercer or you're trucking out there for somebody else, we
And you're gonna come to
appreciate
Mercer.
you. You're going to come to Mercer someday. Even if you don't, we love and appreciate you. This country absolutely does not go without you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Roderick, tell them where they can find us at.
Well, if you're listening to this, just the audio version, you can catch us over on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed when you get over there. That is Mercer Transportation Company. Same thing. Hey, man, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to check out our audio versions over on Apple Podcasts, over on Spotify, and pretty much any place where you're able to see your podcast or listen to a podcast.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
That's right.
All right.
Thanks,
you all.
everybody.
Assalamu alaikum.
See you next time.
All right, y'all.
All right.